Yes, much love, Blue. Has had an amazing career. Sam Docherty, congratulations.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for having me on.
How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling, Doc? What have you been doing?
I'm feeling good. I just got back from a little family trip down Point Lonsdale. Hughie Goddard's got a place down there.
Oh, nice.
Anyone looking for a weekend away? Buckley House.
Yeah.
Plug.
Nice.
I'll throw that one out there. But
Right.
no, it's just to be honest, the week before was pretty hectic emotionally and. Having a few drinks after the game, I was a bit tired and sorry for myself. So, little weekend getaway with the family. Also, just as tiring with two kids, to be honest. But no, it was nice. I went to Barwon Heads Hotel and had a Palmer and a drink without fussing about footy, just relaxing. Had some fish and chips by the beach. So,
did you watch the game?
I did watch the game. Yeah.
And what did you think? Because Carlton were going beautifully.
Yeah, it was. It's probably a typical Carlton game, to be honest. We looked great early. Cripper and George were doing as they pleased in the first half. So the game was on our terms, but full credit to Freo. They were able to sort of fix up their clearance and contest numbers second half, and unfortunately ran all over them. So I enjoyed a nice glass of red while I watched it by the fire.
Yeah,
so it was retired life's actually not too bad. Who knew?
Just don't get too fat.
184 games, but 3 ACLs and, of course, your health issues. How do you look back on it? Do you look back on it? Are you blessed to have played 184, or do you think, I could have done with some luck?
To be honest, when I was playing, I probably was more of I wish I had some luck. Seeing some players that I was drafted with approaching 300 games or passing 250. But the older I got, I kind of realised that the number of games per se is probably not the most important things. I do feel like I made every one of mine count out there, and as you said, my journey wasn't the easiest of journeys in AFL footy, but to be able to sort of stick around for 14 years and call time on my own career as opposed to have something call time on it was something that I really wanted to do, and I was pretty happy with. But no, immensely proud of every bit of it, to be honest, to be able to stand up when I got knocked down a lot of times, to be able to achieve some of the stuff I did across my career, given all that. Really proud, but I leave really fulfilled. I feel like I ended up with a new purpose by the end of footy, and to be able to help people, to be able to give hope to others that are going through tough times. I feel like I was able to have an impact on the game more than what I ever thought I could.
What was the biggest change in those 14 years? There's been in the game, I suppose, but mental health or concussion, or what have you found the biggest change?
Probably the tactics and strategy, probably the role based. I would say. I feel like early in my career, you kind of, if you're a midfielder, you could kind of pop to half forward and you'd be fine, and you could play 50, 80 games there, and then you'd end up in the midfield, and that's sort of what a lot of players did early in their career. Whereas these days, those roles are so specific. It's like you've got to learn the ins and outs of a very specific role at half forward that sometimes it's not actually suited to a midfielder. A midfielder might be a ball hunter, and then they get put to half forward, and they've got to hold their lane and hold the outside, which is not the strong suit of a lot of inside mids. But that, in essence, across the field, wingers roles, there's half forwards that go into stoppages. There's half forwards that play on the outside. There's lockdown defenders, half backs. It's there's so many different roles across footy these days that are so minute and detail based that that's probably the biggest shift across my career. I feel like maybe I just didn't listen when I was younger, but I felt like you could just run out there and
play
and play and
just
enjoy.
Play.
And although there was kind of a system, it wasn't to the sort of detail it is these days.
Do you think 18, 19-year-olds have as much fun playing footy now as you did when you were 18 and 19?
No, I don't think so. There's so much of, I know he's brought up a couple of things there, but there's so much in football these days between the expectations that you come in with. I'm going to probably go sit in the media, but the media expectations, the fans' expectations, the amount of footy content out there, and probably the knowledge of everybody across the football industry looking at you and your game. You've got that, plus then your own expectations that are built higher and lower based off sometimes individual, sometimes the club. It's there's a lot more in footy than just going out and playing and enjoying footy these days. And I've obviously been there for a while, but watching kids come in, they come in almost come in too professional. But back at the start, it was kind of like you came in and you had to get professional. Now it's like you come in and you're too far you're too far gone. You need to actually find a way to relax, and that's kind of a role for a sports psychologist. Often is getting these guys to just chill out and relax and get out of their own head and sort of engage with their teammates a bit more as opposed to being so locked in. So. It's interesting. Football, it's a different game as what it was when I first started, but I guarantee every person that's played for 12 to 14 years is probably saying the same thing.
Well, I have a young bloke playing at Haileybury and Sandy Dragons. He's 17, and I am blown away by exactly what you're talking about existing in school footy. Like, just not allowed to go out and have fun.
No.
It's all, drilled into them exactly
how much they eat,
where they've got
drinking.
to be on the ground, what they are allowed to do and aren't allowed to do, and the role playing you're talking about. And I'm thinking to myself, these are kids. It should be fun.
Yeah, and I know it's a philosophical thing, but I think that kids that are outside of the AFL should just be left to playing footy and enjoying it and being kids and not getting so wrapped up to the AFL sort of mindset and lifestyle until you get there. It's a chaotic sort of experience once you're there and you're trying to figure it all out. And as I said, with all the factors that I spoke about before, you've got to deal with that all once you get there. And everyone always asks when you do clinics and Auskick stuff and across my career is like, what's the a lot of the coaches always ask you, what's the biggest piece of advice you can give the kids, and they're expecting some tactical thing or kick you on your left foot. And 9 out of 10 AFL players would say just enjoy it, because enjoy it and have fun with your mates, because the reality is that the more senior you get and the more older you get in footy, some of that joy does get taken away from you a little bit, and you spend a lot of your career trying to chase what it is. I spoke about mine before. I ended up with a purpose outside of footy itself that gave me so much joy and fulfillment. But a lot of my career was exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to appease my own standards. I'm trying to deal with the club standards. I'm trying to make the fans proud. There's so much more to it than just what meets the eye, I think.
We're going to take a break. Sam Docherty, we are chatting to, mic'd up.
Yes.
Your last game.
And got emotional over Cripper.
All right. More with Sam Docherty right after this.
2 weeks ago, you retired, of course. You gave a emotional farewell to the club, but especially to your good mate, Patrick Cripps.
Crip, sorry, mate. We don't get to share that moment together. We've been at this for a long time, man. And from crisis meeting walks on a Sunday to beers and we've been having this solid goal for a very, very long time, man. And I love you. I hope you get what you deserve in footy, and I hope you get what you're chasing. But I want to thank you for everything you've given me. It's been a hell of a journey. Hopefully the club can, if you win one, let me roll it out to you. That'd be nice. But yeah, mate, it's you're an amazing leader, amazing friend. You've guided me and helped me a hell of a lot over my time. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's
Very
beautiful.
nicely
It's actually
said.
very emotional to hear again. But that's lovely. You can say that to another bloke, that your teammate.
Yeah, it is, and it's sort of not lost on me the more I've reflected across my career. It's pretty cool that I got to play with him. He'll probably go down as one of the best ever at the club, and to spend my whole career with him basically was amazing. And Carlton's been through a pretty tough time for most of my career, and Crip and I obviously led through a period of that officially, and then a lot of it unofficially, but between being sort of leadership group and vice captains and captains, and then obviously me stepping away from the captaincy. It's helping along that journey, but it's we kind of, since we were very young, had always sort of had that dream and that vision and of holding the cup up together, and I kind of just thought it would always happen. Even if it was going to happen in the back end of my career with some of the players we got and everything we were doing, I was like, it'll just, hopefully this will just be with everything that's gone on in my career, hopefully this will just be the crowning moment now to go. But unfortunately that's not to be, and it sort of, I'm accepting of that and okay with it. But it's for something that's driven us both for so long, it is hard to say goodbye, and I got him crying in that, to be honest. It wasn't actually that part of the speech that got him crying. I was speaking about someone else, Loz, one of our masseuses earlier, and that that broke him down, and then I turned to him, and he was already gone. So, but it's they're nice moments.
Yeah, great.
It's great that they
Really
share them as hard as sometimes they are listening back to you speak. Yeah, really cool moments to have documented for my kids and everything else.
No, mate, we loved it.
Yeah,
So
bloody
Dylan Moore, when you were mic'd up in your last game, we like this too. Have a listen.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? Arts footy? Yeah. Don't know yet. Bit of media. Figure the rest out from there. That'll play enough.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? That's while the game was on.
Yeah, like probably halfway through the third quarter. I was saying before we got on air, but the older I've got in footy, I kind of have relaxed a hell of a lot more. Early in my career, I was probably trying to spray him or start a melee, whereas the back end of my career, I kind of had just relaxed through footy, and I was out there for that game. I was definitely out there just enjoying it and talking to the boys, a couple of the Hawthorn boys, and then just midway through the game, he threw that one at me, and then it cuts out, but he goes, "You're a effing legend."
That's awesome. That's so
which
good.
is a pretty cool
Cut
moment.
that out.
What, we get that bit, don't
It's
we?
my fault. Are you a big talker? You said you are towards the end, but also a handshaker. Were you early? Do most players shake hands still?
I generally do.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Do you look at the opponent to see if he does, and if he doesn't, you go stuff you?
No, some guys are so serious.
Yeah.
Like I respect it. I probably was that when I was younger. I've always kind of been. I think that's been drilled into me that you shake the hand before and after the game, but some don't. But and from the talking point of view, it's dependent on knowing what I know from football clubs as well. There's just different individuals within foot. Some guys are just so locked in on what they're trying to do. Like Walshy.
Yeah. Oh, Sammy, come on, Sammy.
He's your teammate, and you could talk to him 4 meters away, and he wouldn't know that you're there. Some guys are just so locked into their game and what they're trying to do. So it's not a reflection of the person. It's sometimes just the game.
What are you going to miss, you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. At the moment I'm in that nice little phase of I'm just loving not being at the football club and relaxing and enjoying things. But I think I'll miss the weird part of me will miss the hurt of pre-season and the feeling after games of win or loss. It's I think that'll be the moments that I'll probably miss the most. I've loved challenging myself both physically and mentally across my career between rehabs and cancer setbacks and coming back in stupid times for recos. It's I love that mental edge that you can and that mental spot you can push yourself to, and I'll probably miss really going to the limits. I'm sure I'll probably try a way to fill that in my life, do something stupid, but it's that's I think what I'll miss the most when it comes down to it.
I got a job for you, Doc.
Here we go.
I was thinking of this morning when I was
you?
vacuuming
You were
the
thinking
house.
about it.
Vacuuming.
Right.
Nude. So you've universally loved. Everyone loves Doc, right?
Of course.
He can save our great game, Jim. Becoming an umpire.
Oh, my God.
Past players become umpires. They've got a better feel for the game. Someone doesn't get 50 metres for just saying, "Oh, come on up, have a look at the score." But 50 metres, all that crap. And you and a couple of your mates, past players, and then you head up the umpiring division, and we've got all these past players, and the game will be better for it, and you've saved our game.
I think you're being a bit harsh on the umpires, Bill. That's I don't think it's
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's the. How do I say this without getting myself in
No,
trouble?
but if you had a past player, if you had a couple, not
training the umpires,
but also and become an umpire.
Yeah, you're not factoring in the 3 knee recos and where my body's sitting at the moment. But
Righto, right. No more running then. Righto.
no. It's
But the umpiring,
it's
supporters don't.
I-
Fans jump up and down.
I get it, to be honest. So I understand that it's very, very hard to understand at times. And even as players, it's really hard to understand at times. But the umpires are only implementing the rules that they are given and the way that they're taught and the way. So I've got full respect of how hard it is to umpire our game. And we've got some great umpires around the league. And don't worry, I've had my fair share of conversations with them across the journey. But the bit that I don't like that the umpires have to implement is it's just so ticky-touch-wood, and then they're so, as you said, probably the common sense or the football feel is gone, and it's now based off cues. And they tell us that during they run around our pre-season and umpire us the whole time, and they tell us all the cues they're looking for and everything that they're going to do. So you've got to try and adapt what you do to that. but they're only implementing what they've got. So it's a hard
All
game.
right, Sam.
Suns and Carlton. Saturday night Marvel. There's a special farewell.
That is right. Don't miss your chance to say farewell. Grab your tickets through carltonfc.com.au or via Ticketmaster. But Carlton will honour Sam this Saturday when they take on the Gold Coast at Marvel.
Oh, and you brought your boots in. What have you brought them in for?
The boots.
Yeah.
I've had to give them Claire, our media manager. The Jim Steins Foundation are doing a ball or something at the end of the year, and I was a recipient of the Jim Steins Community
medal.
Leadership
Yep.
Award. So they asked if they could have a pair of boots, and I obliged.
Oh,
So-
well done. So they're not for us.
No, they're not for you.
Yeah, right. Jack Silvagni, will he stay or will he go?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't even think he truly knows. If I'm honest, it's he's got a lot to work through in the back end of the year. He's one of my good friends, and he's got to make a number of decisions over the back end of the year. What's right for him? What's right for his family? And then he's got to weigh up the club and where they're at, and everything that's happening in the back end of the year, and then where he sees his future. He's in one of those really fortunate positions. I think he's about 28. It's probably one of the last big contracts that you get in AFL.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a young family. Ultimately, I hope as a player that's moved on now, I hope he makes the best decision for him, whether that's at the football club or not. I hope that having been through my fair share of you never know what's around the corner, sign himself up to a long-term deal and take care of his family.
Well, Doc, you've been a bloody star. You will continue to be, of course,
Yes.
with the family. Enjoy some downtime, and we'll see you, I'm sure, in the commentary boxes.
Yeah,
over the finals.
Yeah, well, I'm on 3AW in a couple of nights.
Beautiful.
So I'm on there, and
Sorry?
who knows where I'll be.
Well, you'll be doing a rap next. Just see the rap they did? Oh, crikey.
Well done, mate. You've been magnificent for the game of footy.
No, thanks, boys.
It's the rush hour, Triple M.